Today we are debating whether mathematics was invented or discovered. Mathematics was invented. When you look at the mathematical process, let's take a look back to a foundational mathematical thinker, Euclid of Alexandria. He was one of the first people to formalize the way we think about mathematics. He used definitions, axioms, and theorems to make his statements, his mathematical statements. A definition is something that explains the meaning of a term. For example, you can define a square. Definitions, however, have to use these things called axioms to work. Axioms are things that are generally accepted and require no further explanation. So Aristotle insisted that definition has to describe the concept being defined in terms of other concepts that we already know. So basically, you can't talk about something that you don't know yet. For example, let's say you didn't know what a square was, by talking about other things you don't know about. You have to use things you know about to describe what you don't know about. Effectively, axioms are generally accepted pieces of knowledge, and we use them in definitions to describe things. So, a theorem uses a bunch of definitions and a bunch of axioms to make a statement. For example, one famous theorem is the Pythagorean theorem, that the three sides of a triangle, if you take the two sides in the hypotenuse and assign the two sides the values of a and b as the lengths of those sides, the length of the third side you assign c, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, these theorems are statements that are proven in mathematics. Mathematicians make models, they give arguments, and effectively, a proof is just that, an argument. It's a rhetorical device to convince another mathematician that your theorem is true. If a proof is good enough, and enough mathematicians agree with it, that is when you get an official theorem that is accepted by the greater mathematical community, such as the Pythagorean theorem. Because this process relies on convincing others through language, that makes it a social construct. And because all of mathematics really revolves around making theorems and proving them, I'd say that mathematics is itself a social construct, and thus a human invention. While it may utilize discoveries which were already there, mathematics itself is the argument that is taking place, not the discovery. Mathematics is a human invention. It is a system of rhetoric which we use to prove theorems. And by proving those theorems, we are, in the end, yes, reaching a discovery. However, while we reach discoveries, those discoveries are not mathematics. They are the result of it. Mathematics itself is the argument. And thus, I think that mathematics is a human invention. So yeah.